Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them microphone, dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, why don't you join in? Steve Harvey, get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Won't you join in with me? Come with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Know y'all can get it on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I said, I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. I feel it's necessary to explain what I say in the morning because somebody asked me, what do you mean by that when you say that in the morning? When I say, it's in response to David Hollister opening the song by saying, go ahead, Big Daddy, go ahead. I said, I sure will. Then I say, good morning, everybody, because I was raised that way. You're supposed to speak when you come in the room. I'm coming in y'all's room, whether it's your bedroom, the room in your house, your car, your office, wherever you're at. I come in the room, I got to speak, so I say, good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice, and then I got to introduce myself, because as a performer, I always felt my best when I was introduced. Why would you walk out on stage and anybody introduce you? You can't get a round of applause. It's horrible. So I say, you are listening to The Voice, one and only Steve Harvey. Come on, dig me now. Now, that's old school. I got that, but once again, dig me now is I want you to feel what I'm about to say. That's all I'm saying. That's not a bragging thing, Y'all listening to The Voice, one and only Steve Harvey. Come on, dig me now. I'm just asking you to feel what I'm saying in the morning because it's part of a promise that I made to God. See, a long time ago, I told God if he allowed me to make it, that when I got there, I would tell everybody I know how I did it. And I wasn't going to shortcut it or shade him on it. I said, if you allow me to make it, if you give me the strength, the courage, the wisdom, you gave me a gift. If you let me apply it, don't destroy myself in the process. Forgive me for my sins along the way. Continue to hold and rock me when I need it. When I make it, I promise you, Lord, when I get there, I will tell everybody how I made it. Well, this started back in L.A. when I got on the radio. And I was making it okay. I was doing okay. But I had to keep my promise to God. My promise was, if you allow me to make it, I'll tell everybody how I got there. I have to tell you that every day, because if it was not for that grace and mercy, I wouldn't even be here able to fulfill my promise, because I've done enough dirt in my life, man, to not be worthy. He could have easily walked away from me a long time ago, because I had walked away from him. See, and I didn't walk away from him once. I walked away from him a bunch of times. But guess what? He forgave me a bunch of times. He let me back a bunch of times. He gave me a second chance a bunch of times. I'm a living example of hundreds of chances. I'm telling you, man, hundreds of chances he's given me to get it right. His forgiveness and his mercy is available for everybody. It's the only reason I get on this show every day. It's the only reason I have the blessings that's coming my way. It's the only way that the things that keep happening in my life, man, that I have no explanation for, is because of his grace and mercy. See, anytime something good happens in my life and I can't explain it, that's usually him. He's exhibiting to me, I love you, man. He exhibits to me, remember, I'm a forgiving God, man. Remember. So when you fall, Steve, don't lay down there. Don't you lay down there. Don't you let the devil fool you that because you done made some mistakes that you can't do it. Because everybody gonna make them. There's none perfect, no, not one. So get up, keep moving, keep pushing, step on. What you laying there for? Your daddy didn't raise you that way. Look, man, my father was just about manhood. I'm going to just tell you. My daddy never had a conversation with me about church. He beat me for not going, but, a couple times. But he wasn't about that. Wasn't his message. That was my mama's job. My mama taught me about being saved, about loving the Lord, about giving your life, about the teachings of Jesus Christ. My mama was a Sunday school teacher. So I got all of that from her. My old man ain't had none of that for me. My old man talked to me about one thing all day long, hard-working manhood. And well, you're going to get that if you don't get nothing else from me. He gave that to me, so I got it. See, so my father, you say, excuse my language, but you ain't going to sit there like no little punk up in here. That ain't what you finna do. You finna get up and go do what you supposed to do. Now stop all that whining like some little punk and go and get to moving. That's how my father talked to me. Now I'm just telling you real. It worked for me, though. And before you start emailing me, that had nothing to do with homosexuality at all. It's just that was his term for a man not acting like a man. That's all it was. It was not a gay reference at all. I want you to understand that before you start emailing me. So my daddy wasn't calling. That was not a sexual reference for him. My father talked to us. That's what he meant. I knew exactly what he meant. He couldn't have meant nothing else. He didn't even know nothing about that. My old man clueless when it come to that right there. So when I was getting down and feeling bad about myself, my old man, he taught me this toughness, man. He gave me this grit, this doggedness, this go to work and work hard. That's why today when God does bless me with something, he ain't got to worry about me not working hard, because that's in me. And when I get tired, I ask that same God for strength to keep on doing so I can do the blessings he got for me. So when you ask me, how you going to do all this, Steve Harvey? I don't know. I ain't got to figure that out. All I got to do is show up with the same amount of faith I've been showing up with. God handle the rest of it. See, y'all, hey man, let me tell you something. I don't see how you do it. I don't either. Can I give you, hey man, news flash. Let me hear, I don't see how you doing all that, Steve. You doing this, you doing that, you that. Can I tell you something? I don't either. I just wake up with the faith, man, and trusting that if he gonna bless me with it, he must be gonna show me a way how to get it done. See, I ain't tripping on that part. See, once you take yourself out the how-to business, you can go on and get with it. But see, if you're going to trip yourself out with the how-to, you can't think like God can think. You can't figure like God can figure. So now you sitting up in here going, Lord, I want this to happen for me. Then I don't know how I'm going to do all that. Well, guess what? You in the way now. See, you in the way. Because, see, God ain't asked you to figure out how to. He said, ask and believe. Then he said, faith without works is dead. That's my solution. That's the concoction that I'm functioning on. See, I ask. Then I just believe that he going to give it to me. Then I know once I believe that, faith without works is dead. That's the concoction. Now, I put all that into play, so when God started dumping these blessings on me and I don't see how I got them and you don't see how you got them and you write about me, you don't know how I'm going to do all this. I'll tell you something. I don't know either. I ain't got to, though. All I got to do is accept the blessing, keep the faith, be willing to work and believe. God can do anything but fail. Why would God bring me this far to leave me? Why would he bring you this far to leave you? Quit tripping yourself out trying to think of the way you can make it happen. Get out the way and let God show you how it can happen and you can have something. So why I get up every morning? I have no choice. I got to get up in here and rap. When I'm running late, man, I try to plow through here. Sometimes I don't make it, man. I got to do a rerun, but I plow through here. Because, man, Steve, you're going to run out of something to say. No, I'm going to just keep thanking him. Now, you can't run out of that, can you? Because you owe him that. Matter of fact, when I get through talking, I really ain't thanked him enough.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, it is that time. That's right. It is morning time, and I'm fresh off my Janty Brown was sick tour. It is the Steve Harvey Morning Show, y'all. We holding it down.
Holding it down.
Please put your hands together for Shirley Strawberry, baby.
What a name for a tour. I love it. Holding it down. Welcome back again, Jay.
Welcome 2 days in a row. All right, huh? Also, Colin Farrell, what's up, baby?
What's up, Jay? You in the building? You back? You got your swag back and everything?
And last but not least, trying to be sicker than me, but he can't do it because he ain't got it. Y'all put your hands together for Junior, y'all.
Bet I have a crisis right now.
Junior!
You ain't gonna out-sick me. Huh? What's up, Jay? Welcome back, my writing buddy.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Hey.
What's up,
I was
Junior?
fresh off my tour. What's my name of the tour? I forgot the name already.
Something about sick.
I've been sick.
Tour.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've been sick, too.
I've been
sick tour. Give me
But
an
we're
I've
glad
been
you're
sick
okay.
joke.
Oh, I was so sick.
How
I was
sick
so
were you,
sick.
Jay?
I was so sick.
How sick
sick
were
were
you?
you?
I didn't even pick up my check.
Oh, you
Ooh,
were
you
sick.
were sick.
Oh, you were about to die. You had
You were
1 foot
outta
in.
here.
You had one
You
foot
know.
in. Yeah.
You know when a Negro don't get that check,
Oh,
he
man.
is really sick.
He got to be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, you was really under the weather.
Yeah, you was gone down.
Wow, you had to collect a few of them because you've been gone quite a while.
No,
People
I
were
didn't
ask-
get any of them. Did I get any of them, Junior? No,
Yeah,
I
they
left
was
them
in there. They was
let
all
them
in
know.
there.
Oh, I thought he said that you could give those to us, spread it around. We could, split it.
I
And,
started to.
yeah.
Yeah.
But nah, his checks was in there. They just packed your stack. I said, ooh, this boy, he rich right here.
You was counting
He
his
was
money.
Ooh, I
rich.
wouldn't want to count it. I was.
But
ooh.
it's nothing like, recovery or getting yourself well when you can come back with a stack of checks.
Yeah.
So
I'm feeling better now.
that's good. We're,
Yeah,
we're
man.
so glad
Good.
you're back. We are.
Had
We
me
did
all
miss
worried
you.
and stuff. I was lying.
Yeah.
I had to run out of places you could be.
And okay, so we're all friends. We talk off the air, we call each other, we see each other outside of work. So I called Jay, or text Jay. He's, how you doing? I text him for his birthday. How you doing? Fine.
Me too.
Te-
Text him for
text
his
for his
birthday. Go ahead.
birthday. Thank you. Miss you, Jay. Yeah. I mean, all
Same
these
thing,
one-word
Shirley.
answers. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
That's what I quit.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
quit that.
I'm done with all of
Yeah.
this. Okay,
I
so
quit that.
you're on vacation, so you must just want to be on vacation and not hear from
See,
your friends.
It was a no-win situation. Had I text back a long letter, y'all would, that Negro ain't sick.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
and let me not forget this one. How are you feeling, Jay? Oh, I'm on my way to the doctor right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He always had something. I
Yeah,
can do
Shirley.
it.
Uh-huh.
Me
If
too.
you're gonna
Me
play
too,
sick,
Shirley.
you gotta go all the way with it. You
Yeah.
can't play sick. Yeah.
You were
gotta go
all
in.
in. You
Yeah.
were all in,
You
Jay.
gotta go all in.
Best lead in the drama.
Right. And the Oscar goes to, all right. Coming up at 32 after the hour, inside of Something Funny, I'm the only person who ever bought a blank.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll
I
do
like
that.
that. I
We'll do
like
that
that.
when we
I
come
love
back.
it.
All right, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The 2019 Steve Harvey Sand and Soul Festival is October 10th through the 14th, baby. Yeah.
You better be there. You better be there.
Yeah.
Now, wait, it's going to be in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It's an all-star lineup, okay? Anthony Hamilton,
What?
Doug E. Fresh,
Yes,
he is.
Kid Capri,
What?
Arnez J,
What?
Tony Roberts,
What?
Genuine. Lord have
Oh,
mercy.
man, it's
Lord
loaded.
have mercy.
It's loaded.
Yes. Let me tell you
It's
about
so
the
cool.
event.
You don't even have to bring your wallet. You
That's
don't
what's
have to
up.
bring a
That's what's
damn
up,
thing.
Jay.
That's
nothing.
right. Mm-hmm.
That's it. Let me tell you
Just
about
show
the
up.
events. Listen, Jay, you can party on a sea day cruise. We're going to have showtime at the Apollo. We're going to have a foam pool party. Marco Polo.
Yeah,
Do
we
they still
is.
say off the chain? Do they still say that?
Yeah, we do.
I tell you what, though. We also gonna have the Tears of Joy comedy show with my man. This boy's absolutely nuts. Arnez J.
Oh, yeah.
will
Crazy.
be doing his thing
Uh-huh.
in Punta Cana along with my man, another fool, Tony Roberts.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Two
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
boy.
That's two fools.
That's
right
two fools, and
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be
Ignorant.
hosting it. That's three
Oh,
fools.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
three
yeah.
fools.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
'cause
Junior.
we in Punta Cana. All you can eat and drink for free. 24-hour room service, because you know when we get back from the party, the last party at night, it's going
Let
to
me
be
get
about
this right.
2, 3.
So if I'm hungry at 3 in the morning and I want
Yeah.
something to eat,
Yeah.
room service.
Call them
Yeah.
up. They're going to bring it
Yeah.
right on over.
Yes. And may I
Still
say-
hungry at 4, room service.
Room service.
Yeah.
5:15, call something in.
Still, I want a little snack around 5:43.
Get it, room service.
But
Tell
why
you, man.
don't you sleep?
You're going to be sick because then it's almost breakfast time. You got to get up and eat breakfast.
Oh,
You're going to
man.
be sick.
It is.
All right, listen, guys. Over 1,000 rooms sold already. This event will sell out. Trust us on this. Trust and believe. This event will sell out. Reserve your room now at steveharveysandandsoul.com, or you can call. Jot this number down: 800-684-2825. We will see you October 10th through the 14th in Punta Cana. Dominican Republic, okay?
Okay, Republican.
Republican. We'll see you there. All right, guys. Now it is time for something funny. Now we gotta ask you guys this. Don't you
Yes.
feel like there are a lot of things people can't feel like they are the only ones who owned a certain product? You
Yes.
know. So
Okay.
finish this sentence. Here's the
Okay.
sentence. I want you guys to finish this. I'm the only one who bought.
Okay. You know the window shades that you put in your car so the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I bought the. So when you spread it out, it's the whole cast of Star Trek. Okay, so when my car is parked,
Spot.
Captain Kirk and all of them are sitting in the car,
Right.
4 deep. They 4 deep, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I'm the only one who bought that. All right.
Yeah.
Boo,
You're the
you
only
on
one.
your own. You on your own.
All right,
I'm
Junior.
going to tell you, I'm probably the only one that bought everything that's on an infomercial.
Oh yeah. What?
I am up at 3 in the morning doing some heavy shopping.
Live for it.
What you get?
Oh,
Live
that
for it.
ShamWow got that.
Oh.
I live in an apartment. I even bought the water hose that shrink up.
Yeah.
I had to have it. I didn't bought all of this stuff. And whatever they put up there, I didn't got it. Flex Seal bought the whole family.
all
You know,
of it.
you
Yes,
know I love
yes.
Flex Seal. Love
Flex
it.
Seal.
Gotta have that Flex Seal.
Just because he put that boat together. I had to have it.
That was
Can I say this, Junior? I have told the UPS man, FedEx, all of them, do not stop in front of my house and take a package across the street and not bring me something off that truck, okay? Okay? Are we
You've
clear on
threatened
that?
him. You've threatened him.
I know you got stuff on there you can give me.
Okay. I'm
ahead,
the
Shirley.
only one who bought anything that has to do with anything about cooking. I bought. Let me tell you. You know the thing that you put in the hot water. I think it is the eggs.
The
It's a little
eggs. Yes, you got
yes,
it.
got
Yeah.
that. Didn't work.
It didn't work.
I had,
You mad.
I'm mad about that. Yeah, okay, I bought that. I bought those copper pots.
Yes.
That you
Girl.
can put,
I
the,
love
you
those.
can put the
Yeah.
cheese and all that in
Got
and
it
it burns.
set at the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got all of that. All of those pots. Every last one of them. Am I the only one who bought those?
No.
Yes, boo.
No.
I got it. I got them. I'm going to take a
love it.
picture of them pots today. I'm going to post it for you.
What about you, Carla? What you bought?
What you get?
Okay.
Am I the only one who bought?
The President Obama chia pet.
Yes.
I love President Obama.
And I
the
love
chia
chia
pet.
And you know what's so amazing about that chia pet?
What?
Obama hadn't had that much hair since the 70s.
Yes.
It's thick. It's thick. That decorative, what is it
That
called?
Obama
Planter.
Tip.
Oh, yes. I love that.
Yes. 1999 Amazon, baby. Don't sleep.
Yeah, baby.
Don't sleep.
You know what? But can I just say this?
What?
And I know I don't get
What?
any money from Amazon. They don't play with deliveries. Do they not play or what?
No,
they
no,
will
they
bring it
don't.
to you.
No, you
Yeah.
snooze, you lose.
Yeah, and they ring the bell and go away. You look out. Look out the window.
You ain't never met an
Yeah.
Amazon delivery
No,
driver.
you just walk out there, your package is
It's
there.
there. It's like magic.
Yeah, and the same day, Jay.
Yes.
Yes, you
Yeah.
get the same.
You get it the
I love it.
same day.
The best.
Oh, I got one more.
What
though.
else?
What you
Come
got?
on.
What you
I'm
got?
the only. Am I the only one who bought what?
Okay, the chia pet emoji.
Ah!
The little poopy one. Am I the only one? Nice little
man.
chia pet
Yeah.
collection.
Looking good in your yard.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
And
I did buy the one with the herbs. You know, the herbs, the
See?
fresh herbs that
The
come
fresh
out. Yeah,
herbs.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah,
cook. I
yeah.
still don't cook, but yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
And
I got the last one.
Okay, come on, Shay.
Anything that slices anything, I got to have it.
The tomato slicer.
Anything that slices
the egg
anything,
slicer, avocados.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Bought all of that.
You can hit
Wait.
us up at Steve Harvey FM and let us know what you bought. Okay.
oh,
What?
the Donald Trump chia pet.
Coming up next, Junior's in for the nephew with Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, defense lawyer Chris Darden's daughter releases a statement on Nipsey Hussle, the backlash from that. But we'll talk about that. But right now, Junior is here for the nephew with Run That Prank Back. What you got, Junior, for the nephew?
Deborah K.
Huh?
Deborah K.
Deborah K.
What about her? What about Deborah K?
Deborah K. That's all, nephew. You know, we finna find out about Deborah K. Finna run this prank. Deborah K. Run it, cat.
Hello?
May I speak to
This
Let me tell you something to you. My name is Wayne. You did my auntie's hair yesterday, and now I don't know what you did. I don't know what kind of glue you'd use with weaves or whatever, but my auntie hair done fell out in church today.
well, I don't even use glue, so I don't even know why you coming at me on the side tip anyway about your auntie.
My
Who
auntie,
the is your auntie?
my auntie is Deborah, and her hair
I
fell
don't
out.
even know no Deborah. I don't do no Deborah hair. You talking about I use glue? I don't use glue. I've been sewing her hair since 1982. You coming at me with some glue? I don't do no glue.
Who you think you tripping with? Look, let me tell you.
You coming at me on some side? Tell me I did some Deborah. I don't even know no Deborah.
Look, let me say this to you. All I'm saying is,
You gotta say what you gotta say, cause I'm serious about my hair weave. You coming at me with some glue? It's too hot for some glue. That be done melted on the side of your head.
well, that's what happened, and her hair fell off in service, and all the church members is sitting there laughing at her.
Well, she shouldn't have been. Maybe she trying to get the devil out of her, cause she ain't had no business shouting that damn hard anyway. But I don't with no glue.
You ain't finna sit here and talk about my auntie and her Jesus. Don't you talk about how she shout.
Auntie, I don't even know this lady. I don't
Miss-
even know that. You talking about glue? I don't do glue.
They call her Miss Deborah.
I don't know no Miss Deborah.
She just got her hair done from you yesterday. How you gonna sit here and act like you ain't cut it? Yesterday.
God, you just said glue. Tell Deborah to call me. Tell her to be a real woman and call me and tell me the mistake I done made. Because I don't remember no Deborah and I ain't used no glue.
I'm finna tell everybody in Atlanta, Georgia, not to come to your house.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. You wait 1 minute. That's my livelihood you with. Now, I don't need you. Who is this? Who are you?
My name is Wayne.
Well, I don't know no Wayne. Look here, Wayne.
I know you don't know Wayne, but you
I'ma
know.
tell you, I got a brother named Big J, And Leroy, bring your ass, Wayne. Bring your ass. Bring your ass, Wayne.
Look, let me tell you something. I don't want no problem, but I will throw these hands if I got to.
What? Big J number throw them hands on. Look here. I ain't got time to tell your auntie whoever made the mistake, it wasn't me. Now look, you done got me out here on Good Sunday. I just came from church. It's hot as hell, and you telling me about some glue? You ain't got to do today, do you? You ain't got nothing to do.
I got to find out why my auntie hair falling out in church.
Well, it ain't me, so call somebody else in Atlanta. Cause hey, I am the been the since '82.
But well, you must not be it right now. If you got people hair falling out in church and glue falling all off on the pews.
Don't say your auntie probably glued her own and that's probably why it fell out. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the hottest stylist in Atlanta. So I don't know who Deborah. She ain't nobody. I ain't do her hair. I don't up hair. You can call any and everybody in Atlanta. They'll tell you the same thing.
Look. All I'm saying is, you done messed up my auntie hair. I want to get it rectified. I need you, first of all, to call and apologize to her.
Apologize? Have you done low show? You been drinking on some Jesus juice with your auntie. That's why her hair fell out. You and Michael Jackson and your auntie Deborah Cece or whatever her name is.
Look, let me tell you. First of all, you gonna respect my auntie.
Okay, whatever you say her name is, I with her.
I want you to redo my auntie hair for free and give her money back from the first time she paid you.
I don't know who this. Hold on. I don't know who this. I don't know who you are.
I'm Wayne.
Why you coming? Wayne, look here, Wayne. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna hang up in your face.
No,
Wayne.
hold up. I'm Deborah nephew Wayne. Nah, my ain't 52 years old. Now, if you ain't gonna respect your elders, how you expect to be blessed? You say you just went to church this morning.
See, that's the problem. You calling me on Sunday with some got me cussing like this. See, now I gotta go back in and have a conference with my pastor behind some.
I got one more thing I need to say to you before I get off the phone.
What say what you gotta say, because you wasting my minutes.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked from your girlfriend.
Oh, Lord. I was about to have my brothers come whoop your That got me. That got me. Nephew Tommy.
What's up, man? Your girl told me, she said, trust me, going off the first 12 seconds.
She know. She know what it is, Nephew Tommy. Tommy.
Hey, baby, let me ask you. You don't do no glue?
No, I don't no glue. I don't. Hey, I can tell you, I don't with no glue. It's too hot.
It's too hot for glue.
Too hot for the glue.
All right, baby. Ain't nobody half fell out of church tonight. They say you the bomb down there, so I just wanted to call and make sure I prank my girl. She the one.
I'm gonna up on sight. On sight.
All right, baby, answer one thing for me. What is the baddest radio show in the world?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Huh?
Come on now.
Junior. What?
Junior in for
That
the
Deborah
nephew.
K. Yeah, that's
No
it
glue.
right there.
No
Man, you
glue.
didn't ask,
Junior.
are you stupid?
Huh? How's that?
That was good. Yeah.
Come
yeah.
on.
You live up to it.
Give it to me.
Uh-huh.
You
This
got
boy
it.
here
You
fool.
did it. You
Yeah.
did good. You
There
did
it
the thing.
is. Deborah K. Pranking all day long. That's what I do.
You so stupid.
Stupidity come around once a year. Yeah. Y'all know where he gonna be?
He gonna be somewhere doing something.
With
telling
Samore
jokes.
and Bruce. We do know that.
But we
I
can
don't-
go
I don't know where that
to
is.
nephewtommy.com, right?
Yeah.
ThomasMiles.com.
Go to
and check out
Thomas
his
Miles,
days.
the
Yeah.
third.com, and you can find out where the nephew gonna be. And that's how you do that. Because you have to go online and find out what stupidity gonna be. Because stupidity come around how long, y'all? Once a year.
No, we get it every day. I beg to differ. We get it every day, whether we want it or not.
Whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
Nephew, boy. There it
And
is.
so, how was it last night, though, Jay?
Packed
the,
at the J Spot. Michael
Yeah.
Blackston turned it out. Sold out 2 shows.
Mm-hmm. Did he
funny.
get the
He
tacos?
did the damn thing.
He's
It was
funny.
Taco Tuesday last night.
Taco Tuesday, yeah. We raised the price a little bit, but everybody was happy.
What? Did you
raised-
make him come out
you raised-
faster?
You raised the price on late tacos.
There's something so wrong about that.
On the price for Michael Blackson, not the tacos.
Oh.
I was about to say.
But Michael Blackson is on time and worth it.
Michael Blackson's on time.
Yeah, he good dude.
Sold
man.
out 2
All right,
shows.
coming up at the top of the hour, guys, entertainment news. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour in sports news, we're going to talk about the big news going on in all of sports, and especially L.A. Magic Johnson has stepped down as the Lakers president of basketball
left the Lakers?
operations.
Whoa.
Yes. That is major for L.A. and for the Lakers. We'll get to it in a minute, but first, in today's entertainment news, most people are surprised to learn that Christopher Darden is defending Nipsey Hussle's alleged killer, Eric Holder. Now, we all remember Christopher Darden. He was the prosecutor in the O.J. Simpson trial back in 1995, and ever since the story broke that he's going to defend Nipsey Hussle's alleged killer, he's received backlash from upset Nipsey fans. Apparently, some of their wrath has been directed at his daughter, Janae Darden, who says she's received some vile comments and messages since her dad took on the case. But she says, like many of you, I found out about my father's involvement in the case while scrolling social media. Janae wrote that's what she wrote in a Twitter statement.
Oh, she didn't know he was doing it.
Yeah,
either.
she says she was not prepared for this backlash that has triggered back memories from the O.J. Simpson trial. My father is a grown man and has been a defense attorney for some time. I have no say in the cases he takes on. Janae went on to express her condolences for the Hussle family, adding that she too was saddened by the tragic loss. She says it hurts deeply when we lose young talents, black men like him who are committed to empowering people. She also urged his fans to channel that negativity into upholding Nipsey's legacy by strengthening our communities and lifting up each other. Wow, what a powerful statement she made.
From your daughter. That's great.
Yeah, powerful statement. You know, he is getting a lot of backlash for this.
Yeah.
People are not happy about this. They are not happy.
I mean, he does need work, and a lot of times they switch from public defendant from prosecutor to public defendant.
Because of the money.
Because of the money.
A lot of times, it's most times that I know of, it's because of the money.
To make more money.
Yeah, they start in the prosecutor's office, they learn that side of it, and then they go strike out on their own or get with a firm and
Is he going to be with that white woman that he was with the OJ?
Marsha Clark. They've
No,
separated. She's doing her own thing.
I mean, she
She's
might
an
be there for
author.
moral support. You never know.
She's a writer. She's doing a TV show now.
But you never know if they could hook back. You never know.
Is he back on?
I can't stand
Is he talking
him.
relationships? The man who is so against relationships?
I mean, this would be the time for him to really need a white woman.
You need to stop right now.
Yeah, but his daughter, like
So
she
bad.
said, she's just finding out about this, and she has no control over what her daughter does. So leave her alone,
What her
please.
dad does.
Yeah, what her dad
But you know
does.
what?
Yeah.
With the if he's going to take that case, it's going to be backlash with his family and his kids. So
yeah.
I'm sure he's aware of that.
Yeah, he made his decision.
Yeah.
He made the decision. But somebody gonna bring it up around Thanksgiving though.
I say hide out over at that
yeah.
white woman's house. Nobody know you over there.
In other entertainment news as we move on, Sarah Gilbert will exit the talk at the end of the season. She's leaving. Yeah, she made the
Really?
announcement during yesterday's episode saying, this is something I've been struggling with for a while and going back and forth, but I've decided it's time for me to leave the show. Didn't she start the show? Isn't this?
She's the founder, right? Or created the show.
No.
Yeah.
She said she made the decision because she was
Junior,
too-
wait.
No.
What?
He's going to sign with the Lakers.
First Magic, now Sarah.
I know. And don't forget Kathy Lee last week.
Hell no, not that.
Kathy Lee Griffin left.
Why-
Yeah, she left.
White women
Tony.
is leaving TV. What we gonna do?
Well,
no.
Sarah Gilbert said that she's too busy producing and starring in The Conners, the Roseanne spinoff. Anyway, it was renewed for a second season.
Well,
so
that's good.
And she's
Okay.
got
That's a
3
good
kids.
show. I
So
like
yeah,
it.
she made a choice. There you go.
Yeah.
We'll miss her. All right, time for today's headlines, Jay.
And now, everybody, it's time for Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is Ann Tripp with the news, and good morning, good morning, good morning. Attorney General William Barr has told the Congress that a redacted or partially blacked out copy of the Mueller report is going to be out in a week or so and will include notes explaining the missing details. Now, as you would expect, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell thinks that sounds just fine, while Senate Democratic leader Charles Schumer does not.
I trust the Attorney General to give us all of the information that we need without revealing classified information.
We've heard reports in the media from some people on Mueller's team that he didn't portray the report fairly. We'll wait to see the report, but color me dubious that he's going to be fair unless he proves otherwise.
So I guess we'll see. The chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee is exercising his legal authority to ask for President Trump's tax returns. Now, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin told lawmakers that attorneys for Treasury and the White House have held discussions about the matter, but he insisted that he hadn't taken part in any of them.
I personally have not had any communication with anybody in the White House, although I want to be specific, that relates to me and not everybody at Treasury.
The Democrats are invoking a law that empowers the heads of certain congressional tax writing committees to seek any individual tax records directly from the IRS. 60 more people are now formally indicted in connection with the largest college admissions cheating scandal to ever be prosecuted by the U.S. Justice Department. 14 people pled guilty on Monday. However, this second group is pleading innocent and is now in greater legal jeopardy. Those charged yesterday include actress Lori Laughlin, and the government's added additional charges now of conspiracy to commit money laundering and mail fraud. Each count carries fines of up to $250,000 and up to 20 years in prison. However, those who agreed to plead guilty are probably more likely to just face some months. Wasn't a lot of fanfare yesterday, but the House Judiciary Committee held what was billed as a hearing centering on the rise of expressed white supremacy. One Republican invitee was a black woman named Candace Owens, who MSNBC said that the so-called Southern strategy she claimed was a hoax and didn't happen. The Southern strategy is what most political historians refer to when it said they used that Richard Nixon and others inflamed racism in Southern white Democrats to get them to switch the Republican Party. Ms. Owens reportedly said that was not the Southern strategy. There was no such thing, and that's a myth. Oh, well, remember Rachel Dolezal, the woman who made news after her parents say she'd been passing for black? Miss Dolezal used to head up the Spokane, Washington NAACP, has reached an agreement in a welfare fraud case. Today is Italian Restaurant Day.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Yes, and I love every bit of it. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, in a stunning move, this stunned everyone. Magic Johnson quit.
No.
Yeah. This was right. Yeah.
Everything's shocking to me this morning. No.
Right. Magic Johnson quit. Right. This is a move right before the Lakers season finale game against Portland. Magic announced he was stepping down from his role. You know, he's team president of basketball operations. And I remember when he took this job. Remember, guys? He called us, and we were all congratulating him and everything. And now 2 years later, he's quit. He quit the team. So let's find out why. Take a listen.
Today, I'm going to step down as the president. I don't want to. Her and I have such an amazing relationship, and I think that she gave me full power to do what I wanted to do. With her and I want to always preserve our relationship and love her. And then I had more fun when I was able to be the big brother and ambassador to everybody. You know, I thought about Dwayne Wade retiring tomorrow, and I can't even tweet it out or can't be there. Serena Williams called me a week ago and said, will you mentor me and be on my advisory board? And I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. So when Ben Simmons called, and we went through the proper channels, and they made me look like the bad guy out of that situation, but I didn't do anything wrong, but do everything right. I was thinking about all those times, all guys who want me to mentor them or be a part of their lives, and I can't even do that. I had more fun on the other side than on this side, because now, tomorrow, I would have to affect somebody's livelihood in their life. That's not fun for me. That's not who I am. And then I don't want to put her in the middle of us. I know she has great love for him and great love for me, you know.
All right, when he's saying her, he means Jeannie Buss, the owner?
Yes.
Is that who he's talking
Yes.
about? Wow,
Yes.
magic.
That is who
Can
he's
you feel
referring
him,
to.
though?
Yeah, I felt
I
that.
felt him, yeah, on
Wow.
this one. It was painstaking for him to make this decision.
I felt that. But,
yeah.
but the good thing I heard in there that he's going to be on Serena's advisory board,
Yeah.
you know, to mentor her. Well, Magic, there's another one out here. My advisory board could show use you.
Oh, Kier's Hope,
Yeah.
your foundation.
Yeah, with my
yes.
foundation, but me. Who don't want magic?
But I like the fact that, he wants to still have fun and enjoy what he's doing.
Yeah, when the job is not fun, you don't want to stay there anymore.
But that's interesting because he was a big part of getting LeBron.
Oh, absolutely.
To come out to the Lakers. So it's just so shocking.
Yeah, it just leaves everybody wondering what's going to happen.
And the other thing about Magic, if you know anything about him, he loves to win. And the Lakers didn't make it to the playoffs this season. And I'm sure he has to feel some of that, too.
Right.
Yeah, he has to feel some of that. So as the days go by, I'm sure we'll find out more and more as to exactly why he quit. But right now...
Maybe he'll go work for the Clippers.
Wow. All right, switching gears here. Coming up next at 34 after the hour, Nipsey Hussle's mom shares a powerful message in the wake of her son's death.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Nipsey Hussle's mom shared some words of encouragement for those who continue to mourn her son's death. Miss Angelique Smith was on camera, and she assured fans that she is strong, and she wants to encourage Nipsey's fans to do the same. Take a listen.
NEC students, don't fear. When you live your life and you have God on your side, when God dwells inside of you, there is no fear. Everything is in perfect order. Everything is in the divine, perfect order of our Creator. And we have perfect peace. I have perfect peace, and I have strength. And I want to lift you up. Please do not stay down. Do not stay stuck.
Many of them are stuck.
Do not mourn, because Nipsey is great.
He is the great.
He is the great. And now he is even greater.
Yes, he is.
Because he has no bounds and no limits. His energy is everywhere. He can touch. He's there with you now, and he's here with me now.
That's true. That's
and
true.
Please be encouraged.
Wow. Encouraging
Ooh,
words
from
Nipsey Hussle's mom, Miss Angelique Smith. Nipsey's memorial service will be tomorrow at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, the same place where Michael Jackson's funeral was. Then after that, there will be a professional to follow, traveling through parts of South Central in Los Angeles. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Wow. Yeah.
For his mother to have lost her son and to be so strong and encourage her son's fans all over the world to be strong, and that's just amazing.
It is.
It's just simply amazing.
I mean,
she's a strong, God-fearing woman.
Yeah, there are no words. I mean, and she sounded so encouraging. It makes you feel like you can do it,
Yeah.
Very much
anything,
so.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're looking for about 21,000 people at the Staples Center.
Yeah, to attend the memorial.
Yes, tickets. I mean, just were sold out so quickly for this funeral. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean sold out as if they were selling them, but just all the seats are taken.
Tickets,
to get tickets and all
They
of
gave
that.
them
Yeah,
away.
they didn't sell them. No. But the place will be filled to capacity, the Staples Center. He'll finally be able to get his piece. We'll be watching it, I guess, on TV. I think they're allowing
It will be televised.
one local TV station to televise it here. Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, yes.
And I'm sure they will send out video nationally. I'm sure
somebody's
people all
gonna
over the country will be
broadcast it
able
as
to
it's
see
going
some
on, right?
parts of it.
Yeah.
What's going on.
It reminded me when, I think we mentioned this off the air, when Biggie passed away and his funeral procession went through Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So it'll be similar to that. The procession will pass by his Marathon clothing store in South Central, and it'll be quite a day.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
And still praying. Yeah, tomorrow. And still praying for Lauren London.
Yes, and the family, the
His
children.
family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the children. This is just a heartbreaking story. Like, we're all still grieving. And, just like his mother just said, we got to be strong. And
I know.
how she's doing.
I am amazed at her strength. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yes.
I'm amazed. I mean, we keep going back to that, but wow.
She could selfishly grieve right now, and we wouldn't even have a problem.
Yeah,
with that.
absolutely
Right.
not.
There you go, Junior.
Yeah,
To say
absolutely
that
not.
for
Yeah.
us, I mean, that's strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And for all parents out there who lost a child, that that's out of order that you bury your children. So I can't imagine.
Yeah, what she's going through. But again, we can gather strength from her. So, and we are asking, and everyone is asking that please let it be peaceful on Thursday. Please, just remember that what the man stood for, Nipsey Hussle. He was about empowerment and peace and
community.
And unity and community and uplifting the community. So let's just have a peaceful tribute and honor as we lay this man to rest on Thursday. All right, we're going to move on and switch gears here. Up next, Junior will be in for the nephew once again for the prank phone call for the day right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Jay, I think this one's for you.
I can't tell how many times I've heard that. Pay good money for it, but go right ahead.
Subject, I need him to use it before I lose it.
All right. Okay.
Right now. All right. But right now, Junior is here for the nephew with today's prank phone call. What you got, Junior?
Oh, today's prank phone call? Huh?
You killing me with
My
time.
me and my Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Run it, cat.
Hello.
Hello, I'm trying to reach a sister.
This is she.
How you doing? I'm giving you a call on behalf of Baptist Church. You are a member there, am I right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Listen, I'm calling you. They some of the members have gotten together and had a meeting and wanted me to give you a call. It seems that a lot of them are complaining about Sunday services that go on and wanted for me to give you a call on their behalf so that we can see if we can address the problem and talk to you diligently as possible and try to get the problem rectified.
What's going on?
Well, it seems like that a lot of members are complaining.
I'm sorry, and what is your name again?
My name is ma'am. I'm not actually a member of the church. I've just been the one that they've been asked to give you a call and try to talk on the members' behalf so maybe we can get this problem rectified that they have as far as you are concerned. Now,
Okay, go ahead. I'm just trying to see what this is in regards to. Go ahead.
well, it seems like the members of the church are complaining about that you're doing too much shouting at church on Sunday, and it seems to be going on every Sunday. You running up and down the aisle and you shouting all over the place, and it's
Whoa. Me, I've been singled out about my shouting. Is that what you're saying?
Well, evidently it's distracting, ma'am. You're distracting everyone from getting the word and listening to the word and being involved in the service, and that's the purpose of the call, is to see if we can get you to tone it down some.
Okay, so the whole church is complaining about me shouting the way people run up and down them aisles every Sunday and almost turn cartwheels and flips, and they singling me out, complaining about me?
Well, ma'am, I don't know how it is that you can see everybody else doing cartwheels when you're the ones that they say is the one that's doing them.
Okay, well, how am I being singled out?
Ma'am, all I'm saying is that they saying that you're doing too much shouting and too much running at this church. Now, I'm just the messenger.
Okay, well, they can't tell me how to shout. They can't tell me what's going on in my life, what's gonna keep me from praising God. They can go somewhere else with that, but they are not gonna tell me that I can't praise my God. They don't know how good God has been to me.
And you know what? I understand that. I agree with you wholeheartedly, but it's becoming a distraction. I mean, they was at the point last night talking about, should we put some seatbelts on the pews so you can stay down?
I wish they would put some seat, but how they gonna tell people they can't shout in church and praise God? What do we come to church for?
Well, you do come to.
They need to be trying to praise God and get their own shout on and stop looking at me and worrying about what I'm doing.
We gonna need you to quit running up and down these aisles and doing what.
That's not going. I'm sorry, sir. You know, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying my best. Whew, Jesus, sir, that's not happening. You can't tell me I got to stop shouting.
Okay, ma'am, but let me ask you something. Are you running now? Aren't you just standing still talking?
No, because I don't have to run right now.
Okay, what I'm trying to get you to do.
I feel like if I want to run up and down this street right now, I can run up and down this street and praise God. But they're not going to tell me to stop shouting at church.
Can we get you to be a little bit more reserved as what we see, ma'am? Let me go ahead and go further on what they do.
I move how the Spirit moves.
Okay, well, let me move and tell you What they've told me. Now,
Go ahead. What they told you?
if we can't get to the point where you can, tone it down, then we may have to ask you to leave.
Well, let them ask me, Jesus?
What?
Who, Jesus? Let them ask me, why would they want me to leave the church? I've been at that church for 15 years. I'm not leaving the church. I'm going to run up and down around the church. I'm going to even turn me some flips wherever I feel like it.
Now, listen.
That's all I'm saying. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to be there. I am going to be there on Sunday, ma'am, and I have been the person that's been appointed to make sure that you're not running up and down these aisles and shouting like this. You're going to have to keep yourself reserved so people can hear the word of God. You are standing in people's word. That's what you're doing. You in the way
of. You know what? If they come trying to sit me down, I'm going to give them a word, and it ain't going to be a God. So let them put their hands up on me here.
Now, listen.
I'm telling you that now. You could say, I haven't been in that church 15 years. If I want to run, dance, shout, jump, scream, whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. And ain't nobody going to stop me.
You're going to have to stop this. This past Sunday was your last Sunday doing it, and you're not finna do it this Sunday.
Well, like I said, just watch. And I'm telling you, can tell the ushers, the deacon board, the deaconess, the minister's wives, or whoever else you want to tell, let them put their hands on me and see if I don't swing on them. I'm going to come right up out the spirit and swing on them. I'm telling you that now. Because, see, sir, you done really pushed me there. I done tried my
Well, let me ask you this here. Where is...
I tried to show that I'm saved and delivered, but you making me revert back to my own ways, and you really finna me off. That's what you finna do.
Okay, well, let me ask you this here. Where is the God at right now in you? Where is the one that's...
The God was in me when I was trying to be calm with you at first to tell you don't be calling me with this foolishness. But now you done made the other side of me raise up.
Well, you done raised it up in me too. Guess what? Come Sunday, you're gonna sit your in that pew and you ain't gonna move.
You call yourself a man of God, you cuss me to my sit my in the pew. Okay, all right, we gonna see how well my sit in that pew. Matter of fact, first thing Sunday morning, I'm going to pastor. Oh yeah, and your deacon, whoever you are, whatever your name is, I'm gonna tell them about it. Y'all better, however gave you my number, you need to lose.
I would be talking to Pastor myself and letting him know about this situation. You don't talk. You don't.
We can call Pastor right now. We can get Pastor on freeway.
You don't talk to Pastor. I talk to Pastor.
I talk to Pastor. I done been at this church 15 years. Like I said, I'm telling you, oh Jesus, you finna, oh Jesus.
Now, see, just like this here, you see how you calling on him and you standing.
Yeah, because I'm calling on him to keep me from just really going and cuss you out right now, because you done really hit my nerve.
I got one more thing I need to say to you, lady.
Well, you know what? You better say it real quick, because you finna talk to this operator.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your girl.
You know what? I'm gonna kick my butt. Lord. Y'all see, you had me up here cursing on the phone.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I got one more thing, baby. Let me ask you something. What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Steve Harvey Morning Show.
What y'all think?
You don't play with Jesus, man. You just don't play with Jesus.
You can't tell me how I'm supposed to praise my Lord.
You can't tell me how to praise my Jesus?
Right.
Me and my Jesus. Yeah.
There are people who shout a little bit too much.
There are some. You are absolutely correct. There are some people who really overdoing it.
Really?
You know, I don't like when you catch the spirit and you take off running, but you stop right before the wall. Come on now. Go and run that wall. Get everything Lord got for you. Get that headache.
When they go around 2 times, but on that second time, they winded.
They winded.
Yeah, they are.
You do a little too much at this church.
We was at church one time. So this lady, y'all, she passed out at church. But she passed out right by Tosh, my husband. So the usher came over there. And so Tosh was like, call 911. So the usher was repeating, call 911. Tosh was like, get some water. Get some water.
Why am I doing your job?
That's your job.
He said she didn't know what to do. Then she was doing everybody, step back, step back.
Yeah, you know what? Once they give them white gloves, they don't give them nothing else. That's all they do.
The white glove got power in it.
The white glove got power, boy.
All right, thanks, guys. Coming up next, it is the strawberry letter subject. I need him to use it before I lose it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please, please, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one live today, okay? You ready?
Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It's time for the Strawberry Letter with my good friend, Shirley Strawberry.
Thank you, Junior. Subject, I need him to use it before I lose it. That's right, Jay. Dear Steve and Shirley, my boyfriend and I are both 75 years old. And we've been in a great relationship for about 15 years. When we met, we hit it off right away, but courted for a while before we became intimate. Sex was great, and it was the glue that held us together. Then he had knee replacement surgery, and I had my hip replaced. So we had to wait a while before we could resume a normal sex life. We did other things to each other to keep the fire going in the meantime. Everything was fine until a year ago when my honey was diagnosed with a heart problem and had to have a pacemaker put in. We allowed a month or so for him to get used to it, and we abstained from sex because we didn't want him to get overheated and have a heart attack. When his doctor gave him the green light to return to normal activity, I couldn't wait for our sex life to get back to normal. But it has not. My honey is afraid of doing any kind of strenuous activities, and if we do have sex, he holds back, and I end up doing all of the work. We used to role play and run around the house, but not anymore. It's just regular intimacy now in our bedroom, and we don't do it that often. Wow. I feel like if he doesn't use it, I'm going to lose it. I can't take the way he's rationing out sex. We have lots of good years ahead of us, and I don't know what he's afraid of. Oh, and yes, everything still works just fine. He does not have any problems with that. So how can I get him just to relax and rock my world like he used to? Are you freaking kidding me with this letter, man? Okay, but I mean, 75. 75 is the new 45, maybe. I don't know. But that's the way you guys are doing it. But yeah, you had a problem with the knee replacement surgery. Then you had to have your hip replaced. So you had to wait a while till it was back to normal. You did other things, you said, to keep the fire going in the meantime. Then he had a heart problem and had to have a pacemaker put in. Well, when the doctor cleared him, he still doesn't want to go at it like he used to because he doesn't want to overheat and have a heart attack, which is perfectly understandable because in our minds, we think at 75 that you should be slowing down anyway. I thought that anyway. I did. But this letter is proving me wrong. But I will say this, though, Carla Jr.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Now we know why Jay was out. I just figured it out.
Cold cracker.
Yeah. Who needs Steve? I got this.
Wow, Shirley, damn.
Pop ting.
Although,
Got it.
I don't know how old you are, Jay, and I do not think you're 75 by any 75 by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, he close.
But
he close. Oh, no, you're not going to let him off. Oh, he close. If he ain't there, he right around the corner.
'Cause he never really told us why, but that
I didn't know this was about me.
Yeah, I see it.
You know what? A good one is a good one.
But I see it all through the letter, though. I see it. Yeah. But the good thing is, you're right. You do have lots of good years ahead of you, and I do know what he's afraid of. If he has heart problems and he doesn't want to have a heart attack, I think that would make any normal human being slow up a little bit. So, if you still want your man around for all these good years that you say you have ahead of you, I think you guys should take it a little easy. Just like when you had to, rest up and recuperate when you had your hip replacement and knee surgery and you found other things to keep the fire going. Just be a little more creative. Find some other things to do, and take it slowly, okay? Take it slow.
Right.
And you guys can both relax and rock each other's world, okay? You do have a lot of living to do, and I'm happy to know that at 75 you can still, get busy like this. My goodness, this is really something. So go ahead and do you, boo, but slow it down just a little bit, okay? That is my advice.
That's your opinion.
Yes, Junior.
That's great, Jen.
Yeah, thank you.
That was great.
Yeah, Jay. So
Little
now I
joke
just
about
want
Jay. That was great.
Junior, come on.
Where do I start? First of all, I'm probably the youngest in here.
You are.
My image that I got in my head is not good for me. I'm thinking about my grandmother in here. This is not what I need to be hearing. My grandmother about 75. I cannot. This is like AARP loving. This is Medicaid loving. They doing metal hips, metal knees, and a pacemaker. This is dangerous. Because that means there's some equipment that's hooked up in this room. You got to be concerned that this socket don't overheat. You got to have a breathing machine in here. There's probably got to be some wheelchairs in here. There's some walkers going on. Hold this walker, let me get behind. You can't do this. This is really some different type of loving they doing. Yeah, they got a nurse got to come in and break them up. They got a lot of stuff happening in here. You know what I'm saying? They doctor got to care what happened. They know they're not supposed to be doing. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous.
It's a bit much.
It is a bit much.
Yeah, it is.
And she mad is not enough.
I know.
Oh my God.
Who knew at 75?
Hot
Come
mama.
on. Yeah.
Golly, I'm nervous.
I mean, I'm not mad. It gives everybody hope, I think. I think it's an encouraging letter, but man, we want you guys to be around for a while.
Somebody is probably in the room. I'm just saying. Somebody is breathing, but somebody is.
What you?
Ooh. It's a machine in here. Yes, Robert. This is dangerous.
Yeah, she wants to know how can she get him to just
It's
relax.
not enough for her.
He
She
is
don't
relaxed,
want
yeah. And rock your world. That may not ever happen. He may not ever be able to rock your world like he used to. Like I said, find another way to do it like you guys did when you were recovering from your knee replacement and hip replacement. Jeez, I've never said that referring to sex before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plug my defibrillator in.
All right, look, we'll have part 2 of our responses coming up, and we'll hear from Jay, the letter writer. We'll be back at 23 after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
We're back. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter and get into Jay's response. Subject, I need him to use it before I lose it. A woman wrote in, a mature woman, 75. She's 75 and her partner's 75. They're in a great relationship. They have been in once for about 15 years, she says. When they met, they hit it off right away, courted a while before they became intimate. They must have read Steve's book and did that 90-day rule, although she didn't say that, but she did wait a while. She said the sex was great and it was the glue that held their relationship together. She said everything was fine until he had to have knee replacement surgery. Then she had to have hip replacement surgery. They're both 75, remember? So then they had to recuperate. So in the meantime, they had to find other things to do to keep themselves occupied until they, got back together, got themselves back together. Everything was fine until a year ago when he started having heart problems. Then, he had to get a pacemaker put in, and then they had to slow it down again. So girlfriend is upset because, what she's used to is what she's used to, and she's used to them role playing and running all around the house and everything. And they're not doing that anymore because he slowed down. She's saying now she just wants him to relax and she wants him to rock her world like he used to, but that's not happening. Jay, you're up.
Okay, here's the problem. You got a bad hip.
Yep.
What else you got?
Bad knees.
Bad knee.
Bad
What
heart.
else
Pacemaker.
You got a pacemaker. So what they need to do is read the manual on these parts and see what they can do with them, okay?
What do you mean?
Anytime you get parts like this, they give you a manual. and how much stress you can put on a heart, a hip, and a knee.
Oh, medical
This
equipment.
guy's being selfish. He's not reading the manual. He's not reading what he can do. Like, he don't know how much weight he can put on this knee because he hadn't read the manual.
Jay, he doesn't want to die.
No. There's a manual that comes with it, Shirley. He ain't reading it. He just going out there nilly-willy. You can't do that. Read the manual. Every time you get a part from anywhere, they give you a manual how to take care of it, how much stress you can put on it, how much weight. Take that heart manual, read it. See what you can, how you can take it up a level. Because he's holding back.
Yeah, I'm
sure they didn't give him a heart where he's holding. He could take it up maybe 2 or 3 notches. He ain't doing that. I see her frustration. He got a perfectly brand new heart, and he ain't pushing it. He needs to push that thing. Push that knee.
You don't think should be any concern on his part with a pacemaker? He doesn't want to do anything strenuous with his knees, Jay.
That's why they took the old part out.
And she has a hip replacement. Is she going to still be able to run around the room like she used to and all of that?
Everybody got to read their manual, Shirley. Everybody.
That's your point.
It ain't just never him. Her too. Find out.
It ain't just about him. Before they start doing it, okay, you got your manual? I got my manual. Let's read. See what we can do with these things.
Jay, they lick their thumb and
okay, what page you on?
Turn the pages.
You know how you look over them glasses? You know how old people look over the glasses? Okay, what page you on? I'm on page 7. It says, hold on, read the fine print.
Let me see your glasses.
Let me borrow your glasses.
Where you at? I don't see that. I don't see that part. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
And they ain't having, and they're not making regular love. They really active.
Run around the room role playing.
Yeah.
They're role playing. Yes.
Now, because they're 70, they're not running fast. It's not like a high speed. I mean,
like a sprint.
They're not like sprinting.
Like Junior and Tommy when they did their race.
There ain't no race like that.
Hey, man.
They give you a list of do's and don'ts, and he's not reading.
Yeah.
He's not reading the do's and don'ts.
I got this pacemaker. We can't make love when it's raining. That lightning might cause a problem.
I mean, I just find this encouraging because they're both 75. I just find it encouraging.
Really, that's the bright side.
Yeah.
It's like that old joke was this niece asked her grandmama, how old you have to get before you don't want to have sex no more. The grandma was 105. The grandmama said, well, I don't know. You have to ask somebody older than me.
I'm still active.
I'm still wanting it.
Wow.
But Junior's right though. When you think about your parents or your grandparents, you just like they can't.
You don't want to think about that.
No, you don't want to.
Yeah, you just really
describing what they do. They role playing.
And I knew my grandmama was active. I knew it.
What do you mean, Jay?
I knew she was getting it on. My grandmama was getting it on.
How do you know that, Jay?
Mr. James would come to our house and sit in a chair. Right? And when we went to bed, Mr. James would still be in that chair, right? When we woke up, he was still sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
But his shirt was off.
Something was going on.
Okay. Where was your grandmother?
My grandma was cooking him breakfast. Now, how you put that together?
Yeah.
She ain't cook us a damn thing. But Mr. James got breakfast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you knew when your grandparents was getting busy. I knew.
I never.
Yeah.
You knew?
No.
Oh, my grandmother would come out. She come out in her slip. I knew something happened. You see a slip early in the morning? Where your road at? Where your moo-moo?
Something happened.
Where's your moo-moo? Now you got your slip on out in front of everybody. Oh, okay. All right.
Do people even wear slips anymore?
Yeah.
They do?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I haven't
And don't even get me talking about my parents. Oh, my God. Ugh.
What?
Jay, what?
Brown. Oh, my God. I don't even want to think about it.
You would hear it? You would hear them?
They were next to me. The next right next. Brown.
God,
Ooh,
Jay.
brown. Oh, Lord.
That explains so much.
Don't
About
bring
you.
the memories to me. Ooh, brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She called him by his last name.
And what are they building? I'm hearing knocking. Are they building something?
All right. Email us or Instagram us a lot on your thoughts of today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM. Coming up in 10 minutes, actress Lori Laughlin faces new charges. And next Monday is April 15th, tax day. Have you filed yet? Can anybody say
I'm under audit. I can't file my taxes right
All right.
now. I'm under audit.
We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Lori Laughlin, the actress, and her husband, Massimo Gianelli, were indicted yesterday on conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud, as well as a new charge of money laundering. Now this,
got new charge?
Yeah, this is crazy,
more.
man. This is really, according to TMZ now, the new charge drastically increases the amount of time the couple would get as a minimum recommended sentence. On its own, the money laundering charge carries a maximum 20-year sentence. So all in all, they could get up to 40 years in prison.
Man.
This is a lot, man. Even with a plea bargain, they're looking at a minimum of 4 to 6 years behind bars. This comes a day after actress Felicity Huffman copped a plea in her case, along with 12 other parents. The former Desperate Housewives star could get as little as 4 months in jail. TMZ says all the parents in the cheating scandal have been offered plea deals, but they all came with prison time attached. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh, Aunt Becky.
Yeah.
You about to be in the Bing.
Yeah, and a lot of people are criticizing because if you see clips of her going in the courtroom and stuff, she's all chipper and happy and coming out signing autographs and stuff,
Yeah, she don't realize this judge ain't playing.
Yeah, and they're saying that, is she taking this seriously? Does she think that her money will be able to buy her out of this as well?
Well, it got him into school, so she probably thinks the same thing. Yeah,
She
money
does.
I'll
I'm
pay
sure
my
she
way
does.
out
She
of
probably
this.
does.
Yeah, or she's just trying to put on a good
Yeah,
face,
flip
you
it,
know.
right.
Yeah. You never know. You don't know what's in her head, but bottom line is, man, that's some serious time they could be facing. And they've lived such a charmed life, you
That's
know.
black people time.
But again, like a lot of other people say, they have broken the law. I was laughing at you,
White
Jay.
people, black people time? Damn.
Yeah, they have broken the law, and they should pay.
Yeah. they
What do you
gotta have
guys think? Should they do time?
Yeah. Yeah, you do the crime, you should.
I'm kind of halfway on it.
I'm torn too.
know.
Can I say this? Because here's the thing. Schools are in the business to make money.
Yeah.
They have to make money. And if they make it over the table or under the table, it helps them stay afloat.
Let me ask you this.
I really don't see anything wrong with paying money because that's what schools do. If you pay a lot of money, your kid's going to get in.
Well,
You talking about donations and all
Donations
that?
and stuff like that.
Right.
That's just the right way to do it, but it happens
Yeah,
all
the
the
legitimate
time.
way, the legal way. But the thing about it is that, and then when you think about people that you know that have tried and worked so
get in
hard
school,
to try
right.
to get in
get
school,
in.
that's
Yeah.
the other part of it. You know, they've tried so hard, they
Yeah.
work so hard, they get turned down. You know, or something they don't have the money. You know, or. I mean, it's just some, and that's
half
why.
of one,
Yeah,
six of the other,
yeah.
Okay,
It's just,
let
but
me ask
they,
you this.
yeah.
When you wrote the check, did you know you was breaking the law?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, yeah, they knew.
Yeah, they
Okay,
knew.
then.
Yeah.
Well, then there's a crime that
Yeah,
goes to that.
absolutely, absolutely.
And don't you think though the school plays a part
Bears
in
some
big
responsibility.
part.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
In this.
yeah.
And this
Yeah.
as well. So I don't know.
Because you
if
don't
it's
get in
just
unless
them.
somebody helps you,
Yeah.
administrate that money. And where does that money go? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
because
the
I
school
guess
the school should be penalized too.
Yeah,
Felicity Hoffman said, I heard that they were saying that they were brainwashed by this guy and the promises that he was making and things like that. I was reading an article about it yesterday. So
And then as parents, you do want the absolute best for your children.
job.
You'll do
That's it,
practically
Shirley.
anything for your kids.
Yeah.
So
That's
it is
it.
a tough one, and I am somewhat torn. You know,
Yeah, I am too.
yeah.
Well, you
I'm-
know what? Can I just say this? I went to trade school, and all you had to do was show up. You didn't have to drive nobody. Or nothing
you know
like
what? I hate you.
Yeah.
You want to get in trade school? You can get your ass in. Nobody's turned down from trade school.
is that where you learn to make the pants with no
That's what.
pockets?
Hey, see what I'm saying?
Be a
Right.
tailor.
I'm on Team Tommy. Nobody's on my team.
We all are on your team. We're
I'm
so
not.
happy you're back, Jay. Get out of here.
I'm not.
Don't play the sympathy card with us,
But
okay?
I'm
Victim, not
Yeah.
he's the victim.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I might have to look into this because I might have to do this same thing.
What?
Because my nephew shows no promise. This boy is in the 11th grade, ain't received a letter from a college.
But you know what happens?
I'm not really judging. I might have to pay the job code.
You know what happens? They go to school where you pay them to get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they graduate with a degree, and they show up on their job, and they don't know a damn thing. And the person who's been there 20 years got to train their dumb ass.
Right, and you become their boss. You become their boss, and
that's the cycle, right?
And that has happened.
Your boss.
Right, and that is
they become your boss.
That's
right.
what I mean. They become your boss. This has been happening since the beginning of time.
Right.
People, these people just got caught. They just got
It's
caught.
been going
yeah,
on.
it's been going on. I mean, so many people, probably people that you talk to every day. Who knows if they cheated or not on their SATs or whatever? You know, you don't know. They didn't.
I've heard about kids being paid to take other students.
Yes, to take tests for them. All of that.
I have a friend of mine. He does term papers for a living. That's his job.
Yes,
is to do term papers.
Absolutely.
It's a hustle all the way around, man.
Yeah, it is. These people just got caught. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, a lot of people say, "Hey, Martha Stewart had to do some time." You know, if they were black, would they have had? Would they do some time?
Well, they locked up all those teachers down there in Georgia. Remember they were changing the scores?
Yep. I remember that.
I remember that, Jay.
That
you
was
were so right.
That
That's
was
a good point.
That was a huge story when I moved to Atlanta
Right.
from LA. That was what was
Those
going on in the
standardized
news.
tests.
Yeah.
You're sure right.
Yeah.
So lock them up. Put something on their book before they go down there.
Full house to the big house.
Yeah. Get used to this. Lights out.
You guys have just flipped. Yeah.
Things you go here.
Uh-huh.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
Yeah, get used to all that. Yeah.
Get used to that. You gonna eat your cornbread? Hey, you ain't getting my cornbread.
Wow.
A lot of people are asking even, will these ladies still be able to act and do their jobs when they get out?
We'll have
will
shows
they get,
in prison, yeah.
Will they get hired?
Well, their biggest role is coming up.
I'll tell you what, an episode of Desperate Housewives, Felicity Huffman's character, their son tried to get into a school and they want to make a donation. So you talk about art imitating life.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. They probably got that storyline from her. All right. All right. We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
Get behind the line.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here's some trending, really, really weird stories. This one out of Florida. A Florida woman showed some serious spirit when she interrupted a Spirit Airlines flight by knocking back a few drinks and twerking.
Wow.
This visual, though, and twerking while flashing her fellow passengers, okay?
Wow.
Woman had settled in for a trip from Orlando to Newark, New Jersey, when she decided to liven things up with a little mid-flight meltdown. The freakout started when a flight attendant asked her to put away her phone, a request that caused her to dial up the anger by shouting obscenities and punching the...
Tell me to turn my phone off.
Right.
You tell me to turn my phone off.
She started cursing, punching the heck out of the overhead luggage compartment. What? Right. When she noticed several fellow flyers recording her on their phone, she began...
Check this out.
Okay.
Look at this right here.
When they turned their phones on, that's when she started flashing her breasts and telling...
Look at these. Look at these.
Right. And what a rack. And
coffee, tea, or me.
And she began flashing her breasts and telling them to keep taping because she'd give them a real show. Okay, you ain't seen nothing yet, people. Other people on the plane didn't seem to mind too much. One of them said, "You're so trashy, I love it."
But you know what? If it was Spirit Airlines, and Junior would tell you this, they paid for that when they landed because Spirit charged you for everything.
I heard they do.
Really, I've never been on Spirit.
They charge for everything.
For what?
Sure,
you get charged for a thought on Spirit.
They charge for toilet paper.
Did you say you was hungry?
They charge for everything.
Man.
They don't feed you or anything?
No.
Hey,
No.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
Spirit different.
Oh, yeah.
Spirit is
Real different.
Spirit is different, man.
But they got some great fares. Great
They got great
airfares. They
fares.
get you
Okay,
there,
so you
boy.
get what you pay for, and then you
You got a fresh
bring
pair
your
of
own
drawers in your
snacks.
pocket. You can save some money as long as you don't take no luggage.
Bring your own snacks. Anyway, the lady was escorted off the jet, needless to say, okay?
Of course she
All right, here's another weird one, something that's trending for you. Some cooks say the secret ingredient in their recipes is love. That's what some cooks say, okay? But a maid in Ghana didn't get hers from her heart, she says. She got hers from her bladder. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
The woman, identified only as Emilia, was caught putting her urine into a dinner she was preparing for her boss.
Oh, no.
And she willingly admitted that it was intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Tangy-
did it.
It's a tangy taste to it. Just
Yeah.
She meant to do that?
Yeah. That was, she got attitude about it, too. She don't like her boss.
And this is the crazy part. She did it on the advice of her mom. Her mother told her to do it.
Why? She was mad at him or what?
When authorities were called to her workplace, she said that Mom told me he would marry me if I did that for 1 year. What? She lost her job, but there's no word on how the incident impacted her love life or her police record.
She lost
there
her
you go.
job.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
No.
That's like
She
the
got
movie The
fired?
Help. Well, not as bad as the movie The Help.
She got fired from the job?
Yeah, she got fired. But there's no word on how it impacted her love life.
She got fired?
Yeah, Jay.
Was
Yeah.
she pissed?
You're so stupid. Oh my God. I'm sure it's safe to say she was. Yeah, I think she has a police record and everything. So which one of these did you like better? The twerking, flashing lady on the Spirit Airlines, or the lady who put urine in her boss's
I like the
dinner?
That's a good story. You got a lot of there's a lot of off-air jokes on that one.
Yeah.
That we can't do, right, Junior?
Yeah, I can't do these.
Wow.
I like the airline one.
I know, because she didn't care.
And no, she didn't give a damn.
She was twerking.
But she was twerking.
That visual is so crazy.
And flashing people.
I know.
Yeah.
Keep filming me. Keep taping.
So you cannot encourage a drunk. You cannot.
can't do it.
No.
That's real talk, Jay. That's real.
Wow. I'm just here for the twerking on the flight. I'm just here for the
Y'all
twerking.
see something
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, this ain't the only thing about to take off.
I'm finna take the top off.
Take this top off.
And then one person said, "You're so trashy. I love
I
it.
love it.
I love it."
That's Spirit Airlines for you right there. Ooh.
I might have to take a trip on the Spirit. Only if they can get the twerking lady back
They gotta
on.
get
though.
back
Get
on.
the twerking lady back.
Only. But man,
This is your captain speaking. There's a show going on.
I have to charge you for that.
You'll be charged for this when you land.
But wait a minute, Captain. Can I just say about the other story? I thought she was putting urine in his dinner because he made her mad. She was
Me
upset
too.
about him,
Me
with
too.
him
That's where I
about
thought
something.
You were going. That's where
Not
exactly
because she was trying to get with him, based on the advice from her mama.
And how long was she cooking for him?
Her mom told her to do it for a year.
Oh man. These
Yeah.
just
Well,
don't taste
I guess
like
that
the
didn't
same.
kill the taste because he was still eating there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What you doing different to your chicken noodle soup?
Delicious.
Your broth is different.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, that's what I mean, normally when you
That's
hear
just
stories like
nasty.
this,
That is
yeah,
nasty.
She
it's
trying to
because
fall
of-
in
yeah,
love.
but she's trying to get him to marry her.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
No, if you do that to marry, what you do to break up? Damn.
Okay. Right. When you're trying to get revenge, what do you do?
Yeah, what you do to break up with somebody?
Wow.
Oh man.
Whew, okay, well, what I got out of this is I definitely will be flying on Spirit.
Oh.
Hoping the twerking lady is there.
Yeah, that is it. Wow. All right, and be careful of the advice you take from your mom, all right? Coming up, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, according to a new study, guys are more likely than women to want to live past their average expected lifespan, which is 81 for women and 77 for men. All right, researchers found that the older you get, the more likely you are to want to live longer. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. We need research for
right. we don't want to die.
That.
Yeah. Health is, I mean, we know we're going to. Health is a big deal, of course. You got to take care of yourselves. You don't want to be old and unhealthy. You just don't want that mix.
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
So, I mean, I think we've talked about this before on the show. We've gone around the room. How long do you think you really want to live? How long? Any interest in living past 100 years old?
I'm, in the words of Don D.C. Curry, I want to be a problem to my kids.
So however long it takes?
However
long it takes. Yeah. Clean me, wash me, feed me, yes.
Because
yeah, that's what I want.
Well, we used to do it to them.
Who gonna change dad? Yeah, that's what I want.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, it's one of y'all's turn. Come on now.
He got another doctor's appointment.
Kenya, Terrell, you up? One of y'all. Come on now.
I don't know. When I was younger, I used to say 85-ish, something like that. I used to say that, but
what are you saying?
But after reading the Strawberry Letter, and they were 75, I mean, and still getting busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. Yeah, 100, okay.
Yeah, I'm good with
that. 100, yeah, nice even round number.
A century.
Yeah, I'll still have pink hair.
Look at Shirley over there. You know she too old for that hair.
For that pink hair?
But you're going to be like, well, whatever, though.
Whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? How old, Junior, you think?
Every day I get right now, pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering I wasn't supposed to live past 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So right
you
now.
just got real with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, just right now, that's how I'm smiling.
That's real talk.
Yeah, that is.
But that's real talk. That's why Junior's so happy. Because
all the time.
All the time.
I tell people this all the time, too. Me and Jay was in the office. We talk sometimes. I tell him, you know, he be asking about 6. I said, yeah, man. I said, but see, when you almost died 7 times. Really kind of hard for a light bill to bring you down.
And that number goes up every time he tells us.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause
he just said 7.
Yeah, just 7 times. You know, because last time it was 7, but now it's 10 times. I've died 10 times. The light bill really can't really bring you down.
Okay, I need to have that attitude.
Yeah, I mean,
you never see Junior in a bad mood. You see him mad, but you don't see him in a bad mood.
Ever. Never. Yeah.
Look how happy Jay is. You ever see Jay in a bad mood?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was on his hence the name Bitter Man.
But he don't be in a bad mood. He just bitter. He ain't in a bad mood. But look how happy he is. He got all 10 toes. He got all 10 fingers. He ain't missing nothing. Jay good.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Carla? 102, I think you said.
Yeah, 102 sounds good.
That's good.
103. 102.
Yeah, I think Steve said 104.
Yeah,
I think he said 104. Yeah.
How long the fool gonna live?
Nephew, I think Tommy doesn't think he's gonna die. I really think that.
Oh wow. Immortal?
Yeah, I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, Tommy's gonna be the old man at the church with the walker and the fanny pack. That will be Tommy.
Thinking he fly.
And a jogging suit on.
With the socks up.
With dress shoes.
Yeah.
With
dress shoes and socks and shorts on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And women still live longer than men.
They do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But sometimes men die just to get away. That's a whole different story.
Whatever. It's time for us to get away right now. We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Nipsey Hussle's mom shared some words of encouragement for those who continue to mourn her son's death. Miss Angelique Smith was on camera, and she assured fans that she is strong, and she wants to encourage Nipsey's fans to do the same. Take a listen.
And you see, students, don't fear. When you live your life and you have God on your side, when God dwells inside of you, there is no fear. Everything is in perfect order. Everything is in the divine, perfect order of our Creator. and we have perfect peace. I have perfect peace, and I have strength, and I want to lift you up. Please do not stay down. Do
Or
not
stuck.
stay stuck.
Many of them are stuck.
Do not mourn, because Nipsey is great.
He is the great.
He is the great. And now he is even greater.
Yes, he is.
Because he has no bounds and no limits. His energy is everywhere. He can touch. He's there with you now, and he's here with me now.
That's true. That's
and
true.
please be encouraged.
Wow. Encouraging
Ooh, that
words
woman
from
is strong.
from
Ooh,
Nipsey
she's
Hussle's
strong.
mom, Miss Angelique Smith. Nipsey's memorial service will be tomorrow at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, the same place where Michael Jackson's funeral was. Then after that, there will be a professional to follow, traveling through parts of South Central in Los Angeles. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
For his mother to have lost her son and to be so strong
Can you
and
imagine?
encourage her son's fans all over the world to be strong, and that's just amazing.
It
That's
is.
it's just simply amazing.
I mean,
she's a strong,
yeah.
God-fearing woman.
Yeah, there are no words. I mean, and she sounded so encouraging. It makes you feel like
she
you can
was.
do it, you know?
Yeah.
Very
do
much
anything,
so.
right.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm. It reminded me when, I think we mentioned this off the air, when Biggie passed away and his funeral procession went through Brooklyn, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be quite a day.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
And still praying. Yeah, tomorrow, and still praying for Lauren London.
Yes, and the family, the
Oh, his
children.
family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the children. This is just a heartbreaking story. Like, you know, we're all still grieving, and, you know, just like his mother just said, we got to be strong. And
I know.
how she's doing.
I am amazed at her strength. I mean,
Yes.
I'm amazed. I mean, we keep going back to that, but wow.
She could selfishly grieve right now, and we wouldn't even have a problem.
Yeah,
with it.
absolutely
Take
Right.
not.
time
There
out
you go, Junior.
Yeah,
to say
absolutely
that
not.
for
Yeah.
us. I mean, that's strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
And for all parents out there who lost a child, you know, that's out of order that
Yep.
you bury your children. So I can't imagine.
Yeah, what she's going through. But again, we can gather strength from her. We can gather strength from her. So, and we are asking, and everyone is asking that please let it be peaceful on Thursday. Please, just remember that what the man stood for, Nipsey Hussle. He was about empowerment and peace and
His community.
you know, and unity and community and uplifting the community. So let's just have a peaceful tribute and honor as we lay this man to rest on Thursday. All right, we're gonna move on and switch gears here. Up next, Steve left us with some closing remarks right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
We love to hear your inspirational closing remarks, Steve, your motivational closing remarks, and I'm
I got
sure
one
you have
for
some
you
great
today.
ones for us today.
I got one for you today. I think it's important that everybody really, really up your expectations. I mean, really, really focus on upping your expectations for 2000. This year, really put a positive twist on your life. You can do that, man. You can up your expectations. You have a say-so in your outcome, but you have to adjust the attitude. You've got to think positive. You've got to focus on the positive things that's happening in your life. You have to take inventory constantly of everything that's going right in your life. Stop focusing on the negative. Everybody got something wrong. There's not a person living that ain't got something wrong. So what? Yeah, you got something wrong. Yeah, you're not where you want to be. But guess what? You can be on your way. And that's the thing that people lose focus of sometimes. They get so caught up in the where they are now that they lose focus on the where they could be going, where you're headed. Where you at now, let me explain something to you about right now. Right now is a very fleeting moment. Because let's say you're talking about something now. Do you know in just 60 seconds it's now a part of the past? It doesn't matter where you are. It's where you're going. Don't get stuck in where you are. Somebody sent me a plaque one time, and I keep it on my desk in Atlanta. And I was going through a real dark period in my life. And he's a friend of mine, and he knew it. He's an accountant. As a matter of fact, it was Roger Salter that owns Sandmar Financial up in Chicago. And he knew I was going through a dark period in my life. And he sent me a plaque. And I keep it on my desk. And the plaque said, when you're going through hell, just keep going. And that registered with me, because why would you be going through hell and stop there? So you just gonna put it on park in the middle of hell? Or does it make sense to keep going? Because it just ties into what I'm telling you. It doesn't matter where you are, it's where you're going. You've got to get your focus on to move in the right direction. I'm going to give you this scripture again in case all of you. It's something I read all the time. It's Ephesians 3:20. And I read it every day. You know, I memorize it. But it says, God will do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I ask or think, because I honor him. His blessings will chase me down and overtake me. I will be in the right place at the right time. People will go out of their way to be good to me. I am surrounded by God's favor. This is my declaration. If you read this every day and you implement this, once again, it's Ephesians 3:20. Now, I got the Bible with the 4 different translations in it so I can understand what I'm saying. So this is not the King James version I gave you. It's a translation of what it actually means. But memorizing the scripture for what it means is what you need. You don't got to go word for word. You need to get the meaning of it. Don't trip on that other part right there. But if you incorporate this in your life on a day-to-day, you'd be amazed what can happen to you. You all can put your life into the realm of expectation. I expect good things to happen to me. Even when something bad happens to me, I still look for something good to happen to me, and it always does. I don't care what mistake I've made. God has always gotten me through it, and he's done the exact same thing for you. He's always gotten you through it. Just look at your life. All that stuff you thought you wasn't going to make it through, he got you, man. He pulled you through it somehow. All them days you didn't think you was going to make it. You remember where you was, and then look at where you at now. Now, if you think that you're in a worse place now than you were in your past, why don't you get back to that? Expect something good to happen to you. Live a life filled with positive expectations. Do not bury yourself by going through hell and then staying there. Some people cannot get out of their misery because they won't quit acknowledging the misery. Look, if the Bible says a man is as he thinketh, and all you ever think is, oh, woe is me, then guess what? Oh, woe is me. But if you look for the upside, the bright side, if you look for and live a life of expectation that there's some good out there for you, then good comes your way. That's the way it is. That's not a theory of mine. That's a promise of God. I ain't up in here spewing nothing I think. I done seen this stuff work for me. You know how many public mistakes I've made. Y'all been watching me. Y'all that's been fans of mine for years, you all have seen the evolution of me. Now, he ain't through with me yet, but you've seen me back when I was this, when I was that, when I made that mistake, when I made this mistake. But you know what? I never allowed the mistakes to bury me or define me. I expected something good to happen. And guess what? I recovered from them all. He's pulled me through them all. He'll do the same thing for you. Ephesians 3:20. Start reading it every day, man, and live your life in a positive expectation.
You better say that. Follow us on SteveHarveyFM.com, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary.
Have a great
Void where
weekend.
prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least
life.
18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.